Harry Maguire was one of the most highly rated English centre-backs. He impressed at the 2018 World Cup, being a standout defender. The 25-year-old gained interest from Jose Mourinho at Manchester United, but the board and owners deemed him too expensive and didn't spend the cash. Mourinho was sacked in December of 2018, and after another good season with Leicester, Maguire was signed for Manchester United for a record fee for a defender for €80 million. The club didn't back Mourinho, but they backed Ollie, a man whose best days at Man United were 20 years prior. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Harry Maguire and his sad downfall. If you do enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and if you're old, welcome back. Maguire's career story is a very interesting one. A man really highly regarded by Gareth Southgate in England, was brilliant at Leicester, was a really impressive player, but at Manchester United, he's just never quite been that. Ollie had a lot of faith in him, but there was always a mistake. He was always prone to do something stupid. He's frustrated every single Manchester United fan. He's no longer Man United captain. Bruno Fernandes has taken that role. He's clearly not in Erik ten Hag's plans for the future, and it looks inevitable that his time at Manchester United might well be over. So what are some of the reasons he didn't succeed at Man United? Well, of course, there's going to be a lot of pressure going to one of the biggest clubs in the world, playing one of the biggest stadiums in the world, for one of the biggest fan bases in the world, and then to be made the captain, and also the most expensive defender of all time in an already struggling defence. There's of course going to be a lot of pressure. In total, Harry Maguire's played 219 Premier League matches. He's conceded 276 goals, which is not good when you're playing for Man United. He's made several errors leading to goals. He tops the chart for Man United in that statistic. Usually that is a statistic that is topped by goalkeepers, but Maguire is top of it for Man United in the last couple of seasons. Maguire's pace is also quite frustrating, because any player with a slight bit of pace is going to be able to beat him on the counter-attack, be able to get past him and lead to a big chance. So he's going to be a liability in those kind of situations. Now, I'm not going to be completely negative. I do think his long passing is quite underrated, and obviously he's very good aerially. He does have a massive head. And if he were to move to a club that plays with three at the back, I don't think he'd be as much of a liability, because he'd have two centre-backs that would preferably be a little bit faster, so he wouldn't be as much of a danger to his own team. With England, for example, we see how potentially good he can be when playing three at the back, how he can put in some quality performances, but he's not going to do that at Man United when they're playing four at the back. He's going to be in a centre-back pairing. There's no coming back for Harry Maguire at Man United, because I think the fans have lost faith in him. The manager has definitely lost faith in him. Why would he even get a chance back? Because it's been a real liability for Man United in the last couple of years. I wouldn't say their lack of success in the last couple of years is solely down to him, but he's played a part. They spent 80 million on Harry Maguire to make him the most expensive defender in the world. I know Man United are a very rich club. They're going to spend money anyway, but that's obviously going to have an effect on the club, especially when he's an unsuccessful signing. He was the most expensive defender in the world until a couple of weeks ago. Clearly his level is where Leicester were at a few years ago, and even if Man United and Leicester were competing for the same Champions League spots every single year, it's a whole different ball game playing for Leicester City and Manchester United. West Ham are currently in the same position where Leicester were a few years ago. They're battling for Europe. I know they were poor last season, but they're in the Europa League. I think had that transfer not failed, that would have been a perfect move for Harry Maguire. But nothing will happen with Maguire to West Ham. He's going to stick around at Manchester United on his big wages for another year. Maguire is so lucky he has Gareth Southgate as England manager, because if it was any other manager, he wouldn't be getting picked for squads, because he's not playing. He's not getting any minutes at all. Why should any international manager be picking players that aren't playing any games? Look at Levy Colwell, for example, a good left-sided centre-back who is currently playing at Chelsea. That should be the option Southgate's picking, but he's going to pick Harry Maguire, who will be sitting on the bench for the majority of the season at Man United. It's really sad to see how good of a player he was at Leicester, and then to the player he is now at Man United. The player's going to be playing maybe the occasional Carabao Cup match, but he won't be starting Premier League games unless serious injuries happen. It's quite disappointing to see when you look at the potential he had back in 2018 or 2019 as a 25-year-old centre-back. That looked really promising. But let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think of Harry Maguire? Can he make an absolutely incredible redemption, or is he just going to be the same old Maguire that we've all laughed at for years? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. If you want to support the channel that extra more, feel free to become a channel member. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.